Page 6, Melodic Tune. Means nothing to me. I mean, it's all melodic and they're all tunes, so okay, whatever. It's not really the name of it, it's just the name they've given it for this book. So you can tell by the authors, this is a real old piece. It's been around for a long time. This is in 3/4 time. We'll have to count to 3. And there's no sharps or flats in the key signature. You'd think C major. Actually, I think it sounds more like it's in G major. But that's just what I think. In the right hand, you're starting out with third finger on B here. Now put your hand in this position. I think your hand is pretty much going to stay here, almost going to stay here. Not quite, but close to here for the whole piece. So you start out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, slowly. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I don't like the way they do the finger numbers here on here because I don't want you reading finger numbers. You just use finger numbers for occasionally when you need it. So in that first line, the only finger number you need is the first note. You don't need those other 2 finger numbers because you're in this position and that's the fingers you're going to use anyway. So please don't get too carried away with finger numbers. Now on the second line you need them because you're going to start out with 4th finger on the first C, then they want the 3rd finger on the second one. So you're moving here to here. And this is how we're doing it. The reason is because we got an E coming up here and we're just getting ready for it. So it's second line is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And then in the last measure you're going to have a rest. And that gives you time to move back down where you were so you can put the 3rd finger on B again. And that's about it. That's the tricky part of this piece for the right hand. In the left hand we have these broken chords here. The G chord. Just lightly transfer weight. I'm just rolling. I'm not holding the hand still and trying to use fingers. I'm just gradually, it's a very small motion. Just let the wrist do whatever it wants to. Relax. 1, 2, 3, and this fun. In the second line, the first couple measures, it's a 4 chord, broken chord. Then back down to the 1 chord, and then in the last line, it's like the 5/7 chord. And you don't need those finger numbers in the last line because your hand's here anyway. That's fine, just leave it there and play the notes. Then when you can play it one hand at a time, okay, try putting the hands together here. Work it out, both hands together, until you can play the whole thing. You don't have to play it that fast. I'm kind of rushing through it for the video. But get to where you can play both hands together without any hesitations or any wrong notes or nothing. Take your time in learning this. Don't be in a hurry to rush through and get to the good stuff. This is good stuff if you'll get into it. Then we go back and we can add the dynamics. Well, at the beginning, it says P for piano. The P between the staves. That's for the melody. The melody in this piece is in the right hand. So you decide how loud is soft for this. You decide how loud that is, and you make the left hand softer. We want to hear the right hand. We want to hear the melody. Because if you play them both the same, you get this. Listening too much, that's okay. But if you are listening to it, it's really nauseating. Second measure, second line, there's an arrow diminuendo. So you're soft anyway. Try and get down to really soft. Then in the third line, now you're loud. And that's the right hand. The left hand, you can play it a little louder, but keep it softer than the right. Third measure, you got that arrow, you're going to come down to about what, a medium loud. Just come down a little bit, don't come down a lot. So you're going to start the last line at medium loud, and then in the second measure you have that diminuendo air, go back down to a medium soft, or if you want, all the way down to soft. I'll leave that up to you. Last line. It's up to you, but add the dynamics and play around with them, experiment with them. You have to get to the point where you're comfortable enough with the piece that you can feel the dynamics. You're not concentrating so much on the notes and the rhythms, but you're starting to think about the melody and the musical message and the dynamics, and get into that. There's no reason you can't do that now. I wasn't taught to do that till I was in college. I can't believe it. Actually, people did try and teach me prior to college. I just didn't understand any of it because I played everything mechanically. I had the right notes and the right rhythms and the right fingers, and that was close enough. That wasn't music. And so why not see if you can do any of that now? The speed, it says allegretto. Again, people don't agree on these. Allegretto is somewhere between moderato and allegro. It's in between. I call allegretto the fun speed. If I'm going to have something that's fun, I want that to message. I want, hey, listen to this. This is fun. I usually play it allegretto. So again, it's a range. What do you think allegretto is? Well, if I play it allegro, it's here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. If I play it moderato, it would be here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. So allegretto's in between there someplace. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3. It's kind of a fun. And so it's so you'll have to decide what that is over time. Now you start it slow, you learn it slow, and gradually speed it up. But you have to play it accurately before you can speed it up. I'd like to do it with you slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. Not doing dynamics, I'm just doing notes and rhythms. That's all this is for. You can do all that other stuff on your own. So I'm going to give us 3 counts. So go ahead and put your hands where they go to start. 1, ready, go. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, rest.